right, good morning everybody and welcome to our match day -1 press conference. We will begin with defender Izzy Rodriguez. For those on Zoom, please use the raise your hand feature and we will call on you, or you can type your question into the chat. But we will start with Jillian.
Hey girlie.
Hey.
Congratulations, this will be your 100th appearance.
Yes.
That's wild.
Time flies.
When you think about being drafted by Kansas City Current, and even further back, 2020 Big Ten Defender of the Year, when you had the career you've had, what are some of the biggest moments that stick out for you?
Getting drafted here, obviously. I think it's very rare to be in a place for this long and develop here and feel so supported by a community. So I think that milestone, this 100th cap, kind of encompasses all of that.
And as you've continued to thrive these past few years, we've really seen you, specifically offensively, just kind of come into your own. Obviously, you're leading the club with assists. I know you're not one to talk about accolades, but was that ever on your bingo card? Did you ever think that would be you?
Oh gosh, no. Obviously, I love being in the attack, and I think that's the most fun part of the game. But I think that that's something that this club, this community has just allowed me to be at my best, and those things kind of just come naturally now.
Yeah, and then just last one, you're so humble with everything. But there's been immense growth within the organization. Not only the facilities, but bringing in and maintaining players like Temashwinga, like Davina, things like that. Where do you see any type of ceiling for this club? Do you see any type of ceiling?
I think I've joked about this a few times, but I've been at like 4 or 5 groundbreaking ceremonies now. So I think if that says anything there's just so much more to come. The players are going to want to come here. It's advertised as the best club in the world all over the city. So I think just showing even the World Cup fans here, it's a soccer city, and there's so much growth that can be had here.
Thank you.
And then finally back at home this week, talk about your excitement about finally being back at CPKC.
It's the best feeling. I think our fans are incredible, and we're excited to have that energy on the field again, be at home, be in front of this city and everything, and embrace kind of what the World Cup brought here as well.
And then what do you expect from San Diego tomorrow night?
San Diego's a super lethal team. I think they have a great midfield, great team all around, and we played them in preseason, so I think we got a glimpse of that. But I think it'll just be a really competitive game. It's going to be back and forth, but we're ready and we're up to the task.
Jillian, did you have anything else?
No, just congrats, girl.
Thank you.
And we will end with that. Thank you so
Awesome.
much.
Thank you, guys.
right, we are back with head coach Chris Armis. Same thing as before. For those on Zoom, please use the raise your hand feature and we will call on you, or you can type your questions into the chat. But we will start with those in person. So Jillian, if you want to take it away.
Thank you, ma'am. Hey, Coach. How
Hi
you doing?
there. Good, Jillian. How you doing?
Pretty good. We just heard from Izzy. This will be her 100th appearance this match, which is wild. I know you're super high on all your players, but are you able to kind of put a value on what Izzy Rodriguez brings to this squad?
A value. Well, actually, a value, like a number value. It's hard to, right? She's valued big time. And what I'd say to give color to that one is, when you build a team and you try to create a club culture and what that locker room and team should be about, the recruitment part of things is a big part of that, because it's, the nature nurture. Once you get players, then you try to really put that in an environment that helps them grow and fuel on their fire. But when you talk about our club and the things we value and what we hold important, she checks a lot of boxes. So when I say value what she brings, she's an amazing human being. We talk about team first culture, she's team first. You talk about talent, she has that. She has passion. So those are these three things that we value so much, that you have something from a football standpoint, but more importantly, that you have some real character behind that and passion. Because if you don't show up here without the love and energy, it can't work. So she really embodies so much of what our club wants to be about. And she's an amazing player. So you put it all together, and it's, I don't know, if we had a team full of Izzy's, this would be a good thing.
And you've seen this on both MLS side and NWSL side, but the development of a player, Izzy is a great example. Drafted here, came up here, got her first caps with the national team here. How important is that just constant development with Kansas City? I know that you're very big on bringing the younger kids in, giving them a chance. You have the second team here. Just how important is that for this club?
Yeah, again, it's our model. So some teams around the world, they go out and it's about spending the most money to get the best players. And we want to be pushing the envelope and go and get top players, but also development is a big part of it for us. And it's also part of our model that we think will help us be sustainable of how we spend the money. And we really believe in the teachers we have here and the coaches. We believe in how we play the game and the style of play, and that it pushes players to get uncomfortable and to grow. And we believe in the environment that we put them in, that it's a place that has high standards, that has details, but that they feel comfortable to learn and grow. So we think if you have the teachers, if you have the environment that pushes them but makes them feel comfortable, it's a nice formula. Then it's only what we need is an eager student, someone that's open and moldable and hungry. Izzy is that, and our young players typically have that.
Looking ahead to San Diego, this is a unique battle. I think best home record against the best road record in these two matchups. What are you expecting out of this matchup?
Yeah, I believe it sets up to be a great fixture. And we really love that challenge coming through. A team that does perform well on the road, organized, tremendous in possession, good ideas, not easy to deal with what they do with the ball from a collective standpoint, individual standpoint, high on 1v1s. They have technical ability. They can do a lot to hurt you, and put that against a team that's like us, that's brings the energy at home, and maybe it meets halfway in some ways. So I think it sets up to be a great game. Two teams that are doing fairly well, and we look at it as a test, and it'll test us on all the things that we value. So we're really up for it.
Cool. Then we have a question in the chat from PJ Green. With Temwa leading her nation in WAFCON that's upcoming, how excited are you for her?
Yeah, Temwa is just such a talent, and equally I've talked about her character and who she is as a human being, and some of the things I even said about Izzy Rodriguez. You know, that team first, all about the team. So yeah, we're always pulling for her. So to when she's here, of course, but then when she goes to her national team on the global and world stage to do her thing and to lead her national team, I always love. We're big supporters of our players playing with their national teams, and that's full national teams. It's the youth national teams. Our club supports this all the way through, because in the end, it's what's best for the player, which ends up being best for the club. They come back better for those experiences. So yeah, really excited to get back in the mix there. They'll see that she's healthy, she's in a really good form, and yeah, we're excited.
And then a follow-up to that from PJ, for the games that she will be missing while she is away at WAFCON, how do you plan to build a lineup without her?
We've been working on that since day one this year, to have a team that in possession has different ways we can score goals and manufacture goals and chances. So I think that stress early on in the year, we use that as an opportunity. Like, good, let's figure this out. And I think that'll be another opportunity for us and for different players to step in and to show that their abilities. And we have lots of players with abilities up there and their own superpowers. Temwa's great in her own right, but we have a lot of players that can step in and this is the beauty of sport at every level, and in professional sport, that you get your opportunity and you get to show your stuff. So we're excited to see that opportunity.
Anything else? Cool. And we will end with that. Thank you, Coach.
All right.